is in a particular house. So the star rising in the house of law, and it's north of east, so it will come across the sky and set in the house of the same name as the other side, north of west. So when you're studying different stars to navigate, then you need to know, you learn what house they're coming out of, and then you know what house they're going into.
Oh, wow.
And we'll go beyond that to something called declination, which is
people were able to hit islands that are only maybe a mile across at some of them. And that's really small when you're traveling 1,000 miles, you know?
Yeah. So before we go, we create a reference course, and so that's based on ocean currents and the winds, their strength and their direction. We're only able to tell latitude because we'll use stars or heights of stars in the sky and measure them for latitude. But other than that, we're calculating where we are in relation to the reference course, if we're east or west of it, and how far. And so we'll wait for a wind shift. If we get off the course, then wait for the wind to shift and give us what we need to get back to.
Right. And you identify the stars rising by the constellations that they're in, I imagine?
Well, it's more the individual stars, but we'll learn. So on this side. Flip it around. So we'll start to learn, we break the sky up into four called star lines, or kind of families of stars, and they're constellations plus bright stars. And that's just sort of a basic way to break the sky down seasonally.
Right.
So that you can start learning them as a group and recognizing the patterns that you're going to see.
Wow. That's incredible.
W in the sky. If we follow Cassiopeia down to the Great Square of Pegasus, we have 4. If this is a great square, this is Mano Kalanipo from Kauai, Kakuhiheva from Oahu. This is Pilani from Maui and Ke'awe. And we follow it down. We have different stars. Beautiful name. Kukaniloku, Kaikilioi. The bottom is Kalani Kauleleiwi. So they know north and south pointers. And then our navigators know which is east and west. So if we're sailing, they'll say, we'll ask for a mark, you know, mark, and then we go, okay, mark. We try and keep a star, or we'll keep a star along our rail. So if we move forward, we're going crooked. If we move back, so when they set, each one is a declination, and we calibrate our hand. So, for example, coming up from Tahiti, Kat, she was our navigator. So we looked at the North Star pop out, We always saw the Big Dipper, it points to the North Star. The arc of the Big Dipper goes to Arcturus. That's Hokule'a. But we watch, we measure the North Star. When the North Star was about 21, we turned left to go Hawaii. We looked in the back. In New Zealand, the Southern Cross is above us. Tahiti, it's at 45 degrees. This is 6 degrees between the Southern Cross top star and the bottom. Hokule'a and Mālama Honua. When it comes down 6 degrees and it's the same distance to the horizon, that's our latitude. And we have 2 stars that point to the Southern Cross. We call them Nakuhi Kuhi, the pointers. Kamaile Mua is the first star. Kamaile Hope is the second. So our navigators know. We just memorize this, but they know choke stars, like that star and that star point south. This star and this star point north, and then we get east and west. So it's just a way of splitting the 360 degrees into houses. So we have houses. And if you look at this, it's La, Aina, Noyo, Manu, Nalani, Naleo, Haka. So coming up from Hawaii, from Tahiti, Akau, we stayed in the house, Haka, probably Naleo. We wanted to go this way, Because if we go this way, we miss Hawaii. So we wanted to go this way so we don't miss Hawaii.
What do you do if it's cloudy?
Kaleo them, they know the swells. Our navigators know the swells, the wind direction, how the canoe moves. But hard. Kaleo had to, his show plan was 4,000 miles. It was a little shorter, 38, I think, 100 miles. That's far.
That is far.
But they learn. So our pole navigators teach, but they're the top navigators of the next generation coming up. Kailani Murphy.
Oh, she was here.
Yeah, kaleo and cat. Cat. Same way. If it's negative, it'll set this Hokule'a, yeah? Hokule'a is 19 degrees Arcturus. Hīkēʻānalea is our sister vessel. Hīkēʻānalea, if you follow the Big Dipper, Nahiku, goes to Arcturus, you follow it down, it's called Spica. In our skies, Hokule'a and Spica rise together. That's why we named our new vessel Hīkēʻānalea. They're sister stars that rise together. And below Hīkēʻānalea we have Corvus, Me'e. And if this star, you line up between these, it points south. So our navigators know southern pointers, northern pointers, and they adjust the canoe. When they sit on the canoe here, we have dots marked, so La, Aina, Noyo, Manu, Nanani, Naleo, so they can mark, yeah? Or they'll sit on the other side navigator's chair, and they look this way. So they know, you know, we wanted 2 houses east of north. And we waited, 28 days we were sailing. Then we seen them. Snake and I were on watch. I pulled down the laundry stuff. We turned off the light in the front. And almost instantly, me, Snake, and Cat, we saw the lights of Hilo. And we was all happy because we miss Hilo, we're going to Japan, yeah. And we only had, I think we had 78 5-gallon jugs, 1 gallon per person per day. We're down to 2 when we went Honolulu, getting low. So other guys would have come up from Hawaii Island or Maui, give us stuff. But that's the basic. We know where a star rises and sets. We can compensate it back using our hand. We have a pole where we train and everybody's sitting. But funny, you know, we're going like this all of it. Oh, I got 17. Other guys get 50. So whatever Cat's finger was, we use her finger. But that's how it works. Sextant, you gotta do math, yeah? Jim Foley's stat like that is each hour. So if the sun is here in the horizon, it's about half hour more, yeah? Till sunset, we can measure like this. We're not open ocean, yeah, so we're using our nautical chart. And we're using local knowledge of all the, you know, all the sailors and such, the harbor masters, they have local knowledge and that's what we do. But that's a basic. We know the star line, so we go to the planetarium before we go and we watch the star line. This is Tahiti and this is how it's gonna look. So you know what's on your starboard side or port side. And we ask our navigators, we ask for a mark and then we try to do a mark. When it's cloudy, I don't know, they tell us which way to go. It's hard.
Is it really tipping?
No, it's not tipping because it's like a double hull. It's real stable, yeah? And a lot of times when you get into a bad weather, we just use a jib. A lot of times you just lock down the steering, let the wind take the canoe wherever he wants to go. Because you cannot fight Mother Nature, yeah? You just gotta go with it. Then just wait till the weather comes good again and find your way back.
Oh, so you sort of let it go with the direction until it stops.
Yeah, and then you just gonna see which stars or which, you know, where they're at. Because once you see the stars, you pretty much know where you are. Because it's about the stars on the horizon, how high it is. Because a lot of times the North Star and the Southern Cross, it's pretty much the same, yeah? But everything else is kind of moving around. So.
Yeah. So have you been on this journey since the beginning of this particular journey?
Yeah, I did the second leg from Tahiti to Samoa. Pretty much everybody changed crew, yeah.
Were you on the one to Australia?
I did from Brazil to St. John's, Virgin Islands.
Across the Atlantic? You crossed the Atlantic?
Yeah. The funny thing about it, I passed the equator because in Hawaii, started going to Hawaii, made it like 7-8 times, crossing the equator. But then I did the other one in the Atlantic. So I got 9 times I passed, but once in the Atlantic. So it's pretty neat, yeah? Yeah.
So are you from Maui?
Maui.
Maui. My son is a captain on the Hokule'a fire department.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah?
Yeah, he's been there 20 years.
Oh yeah? Wow, because every time when they get the recruits, they come down to Lahaina on a beach.
Yeah.
And then usually I go and talk to all the recruits about the ocean part. Because you gotta understand the ocean.
Yeah.
There's high surf, there's a lot of current, different moving. So I talk to all the recruits and make them comfortable. Yeah, you know what they need to do when they.
Yes, of course. That would make sense that they would have to at least have some
gotta
basic
understand where-
understanding of that
Yeah,
water.
because sometimes
Cam 1 and Cam 2.
Yeah, and then sometimes
Black
they way
Beach.
in Hana. You know, sometimes the fire department guys got to go in Hana too. The Hana is way on the east side.
Yes, I've been to Hana.
So it's way away from everything, yeah?
It is.
So you gotta pretty much understand that washing of the ocean.
That's right.
Because a lot of times they gotta do rescue too, yeah?
Yes, he does rescue helicopters.
Oh, so you must be with the main fire department.
Yeah.
We call it,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm so curious, how do you navigate when you're not familiar with the stars that you see around?
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, it's basically almost the same, you know. The stars in Hawaii, the stars over here.
But they move. I mean,
They move differently.
Yeah.
Because in Hawaii, it always comes up from the east and they set to the west. It goes one motion.
Right.
But in certain areas, I think comes up, but it kind of turns and, you know, so you got to understand how much of the stars is turning this way. Because Hawaii is always the same direction. You know. But you got to kind of study the motion or the curve the stars are making. Yeah. But it all rises from the east, sets to the west. So it's the idea on the horizon, how high the star is. You know, sometimes they measure with their hands. So before they go to see, they kind of have to calculate the fingers. Yeah, sometimes the thing goes in between here, and it could be like 4 degrees. You know, 5 degrees. If the thing is high, what they can go this way or go this way on the horizon. It might take about 5 different. It could be 5 degrees from here to here. So you get 1, 2, so it's 15 degrees.
Now, do you have star charts that people can say, oh, well, let me look at this and
They
There are
have charts
star
there. Sometimes they don't. But a lot of the navigator, everything is in there. Yeah, all in there. You cannot know where they are.
yeah, it's better to be
Actually,
looking at the star and calculating than looking
We've
at
been
a chart.
pretty accurate. Okay, we're going to hit the island 3 miles offshore. We hit the island right there, 3 miles.
Yeah.
You know. A lot of times there's a satellite on the canoe which sends back the signal where the canoe is.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they track it. The school kids can track, you know, where the canoe is in the ocean. And then, but we ourselves don't know where we're at, but the navigator is pretty much plot where the canoe is. And when they put it together, when they get home, it's kind of identical. Yeah, the satellite and theirs. You know, they
That's
fix it.
amazing.
Yeah,
That they're that close to
it's really close, like within a mile to 3 miles.
That is pretty amazing.
It's close there. Yeah.
But you have to study that for years to understand.
Well, right now they have it in University of Hawaii. There's about 20 to 30 students that understand now. They can use it now. But the problem is the water time. Sure, I can make it. That means the water time. You need to go out in the ocean and learn about the ocean, the natural element, the waves, the sun, the clouds. When you sail a lot, you can see the clouds. A lot of times the clouds are telling you, they're talking to you like, okay, this cloud is going to be rain. This cloud is going to be a different winds. Because and then sometimes you watch the sunrise early in the morning, and a lot of times if there's a lot of orange, so we know there's like a storm or something around, because the color tells us. You know, even the sunset too, we kind kind of watch the sun sets, and it tells us, okay, there's a storm, certain area around it. That is when you do that, you go to the newscast, and they tell you, oh, there's a storm, and a storm is there, but you don't know what direction that is coming. So you kind of prepare yourself before the storm hits. Yeah. And a lot of times you try to outrun the storm, get away from the storm.
If you saw two big clouds and then you had to go a little off course to go in the clear spot, would you do that?
Oh yeah. Sometimes
See, I did that once when we
sometimes
sailed.
there's thunder clouds that pops up all over, But what we do is watch how the rain comes down. Because the rain is telling us what's underneath. Then if you see the rain coming this way, there's a lot of wind underneath. There's an angle, But if the thing comes down straight, then it's okay. But when it comes this way, we pretty much have to close the sail quick. And then just use a jib because wind might be like 50 knots or underneath because it's the way the rain is falling, So you got to get ourselves prepared for that. We don't want everything to happen and then it hits you and then because your boom broken, the sails ripped. So we can understand, I said we need to understand all the different cloud formations and what the ocean is telling us, the waves, the
You
wind.
don't use any compass at all?
No.
No?
Because that's what we had. And when we went off course, we could see.
Because sometimes the navigators will tell us to steer on a certain star.
Right.
So whoever's steering, what he has to do is you pick up the stars, but you got to pick other stars around you because
At night.
if you lose that, you can use the other on the side or on that side. Because if you don't do that,
because the
then
cloud
you-
might come over the one you were looking at, so you'd have to know what that other one
But a
is.
lot of times, if I'm steering, I kind of looking to find if two stars are okay. But I'm looking also the stars on the side. Where I can pretty much use, all the stays. If I can keep that particular stars in there, I know I'm going pretty much straight the direction I want to go. But it's what you know. It's a feel.
Yeah. So a lot of it you have to really let it speak to you as much as you can, because it's like intuitive. Is it intuitive? I mean, you're using all those things.
Because like I studied way back in 1976, but I'm still learning. No matter if 40 years you sail, you learn more. It's going to be easier and easier. But a lot of times for me, I need to share with the younger generation. Tell them what to do because nobody tells them they're going to not correct themselves because they're going to do a lot of mistakes. And if you can correct the mistakes, it'll be easier for everybody.
So, is there only one person directing which way to follow?
Usually the navigators, usually there's two navigators on each voyage. So one navigator is on whichever watch it is, and they kind of split it down, Then the next navigator come on down and sleeps. And then a lot of times, if he knows who's on board, on that particular watch, and they know what they're doing, so he just sleeps. He got a confidence with the guys.
Now, when it rains, this is all open, right? So, what about the visibility? Because then it's raining.
Sometimes if it rains so hard, you cannot do that. You just lock down the steering blade and just let the canoe sail by itself.
Really?
Either use smaller sails, but you don't want the canoe to stay in one place because there'll be a lot of back and forth here. You might broke the sail or the boom or the mast, So you always want the canoe to move.
Keep moving, because that way you're using whatever elements you can. Did you have a question that you wanted to ask?
Yeah, well, actually, I wanted to mention that one Maori boy to another. I've always wanted to meet you. And I just want to say that I've been following this since way back in the 70s, from the first races. Eddie was a friend of mine. I have a t-shirt of him with the wave breaking and the eye in the back. Eddie will go. I know quite a few people from Oahu, but my family is originally from Maui, from Hana.
Oh, Hana.
Portuguese, Filipino, immigrants for sugar way back when.
Oh, okay.
Moved to Sprecklesville.
Oh, yeah,
And then,
yeah,
of course, my other side of the family is from Wailuku, Pahala Camp. So,
Oh, it's above.
I mean,
Happy Valley.
yeah, just above Happy Valley,
Yeah,
the small
yeah.
plantation camp.
Yeah,
right up
actually
there.
I'm from La.
Comes from storms like in Alaska.
So if you're starting a leg with a certain direction of the swell, that swell will stay in the same direction for that part,
Generally,
and that's
but
what you're
it could
following.
change.
Yeah.
It could change. You know, just like the north swells that come to Hawaii. You know, there's big waves and then it's flat and there's no waves. But those swells, they come from thousands of miles away. They don't change directions. They'll just keep coming the same directions. Whereas the wind, you know, as the locally generated storms, as the wind moves, the swells will move too. It's just born right there out of that wind. So part of it is being able to decipher which one is the ground swells, or the swells from thousands of miles away versus the smaller swells based on local storms. And sometimes it doesn't mean the biggest swell. Just because it's the biggest swell doesn't mean that's the swell you got to be following. Just being able to decipher the ocean and tell.
So how do you use birds for navigation? You never use a sextant.
No, I don't even know if anyone knows how to use a sextant on board. I know it's a lot of calculations, and I was talking to a guy who was on the last leg with me who did use a sextant on previous trips he did on his sailboat. I don't think any of us on board knows how to use a sextant.
East, north swell. You gotta watch. You see the waves tell you what direction you're going. Because sometimes if you got a certain wave coming from this side, it's gonna move the canoe, yeah? It's gonna hit the air, or lift up, and then you have another swell coming from that, so you go over. But the motion, if the motion is this and this way, so you might pretty much go in the direction you want to go. But once the motion changes, you know hey, something is wrong. You're not going the direction you want to go. So you got to correct yourself.
It's really difficult.
Yeah, you got to understand the ocean too. Yeah. The ocean is kind of telling you what to watch and where to go, and everything. So you gotta, before the clouds move in, you gotta see where everything is, yeah? Where it's coming from before the clouds come over here. Yeah? You can see it, then you know where you.
One other question: where are you guys going from here?
It's gonna go not too far from here, I think.
Salem.
Going
yeah.
up the coastline?
Yeah, and then up Maine, Nova Scotia,
And then when you return
Is
from
he
there,
definitely going to do Nova Scotia? Because there was
Maybe.
yeah, I think they're gonna go up there and come back down in the Hudson, yeah? Go down back to New York, go down the coast, then go to the Panama.
So you're on the return voyage back home?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know who's gonna be on the lake. Each lake have different crews.
So how many different crews have you guys had on this whole journey?
Oh,
every 6 weeks or so?
yeah, maybe about maybe 4 weeks or something.
Every 4 weeks. Whole new crew?
Yeah.
Except for...
maybe I say right now maybe close to 100 different crews, yeah. But some of the crew members have done multiple voyages,
Right.
because they can do it. Yeah?
Right.
Like I can do it because I'm retired, so. But it's kind of hardship because I mean it's nice to be here and there, but you got time, not enough sleep and everything.
Not acclimated too, eh?
So you have two watches, right? 2 watches?
There's 3 watches on the canoe, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like it goes from like 6 to 10, 10 to 2 to 6. So it's almost like a 24-hour, 3 watches. So 4 hours on, 8 hours off. Yeah. So when you're out there on the ocean, you kind of rotate in. And, but we've been destroying because we're mostly on the inside of instead of outside of the ocean. A lot of times the inside is still good. We kind of open up the sail and just sail as much as you can.
That must be really great when you can get some wind and sail. Yeah, I was on by myself on the hill, and there were two huge clouds. So I had to go off course just a little bit because there was an opening in between. And the first mate said, I said, oh, look, we got through that. And she said, oh, you're not supposed to go off course like that. Because you could go way, way off. But it was the right thing to do because apparently there was a huge storm because the other boat that came through from Spain ripped the sail. So that's what I mean about sometimes you have to just feel.
Yeah, you gotta feel it.
I mean, but that was an inexperienced sailor.
But yeah, sometimes you gotta make a decision.
Right. Nobody was there.
Yeah.
I'm a sailor.
Just for me, I'm on watch. That's my responsibility. So you just gotta be the correction or whatever.
What happened when someone came with a hairy arm to help you?
Oh, I'm not going to tell him that story. Yeah, well, I didn't know what happened. I tried to do the best. A huge storm came in, raining, you could hardly see. And so I was on the helm, and then I felt everybody was sleeping in a way, and I felt this arm came in between and took the helm because it was really going. And then I said, oh, thanks, Cap. I thought it was the captain, Captain Finbar. And it turns out that my first mate said, no, Captain Finbar never came. No one was up here. I don't know who that was with that arm that helped you. But that was good that you had that because apparently a lot of people got their sails. So there's some kind of magic. There's some kind of protectors. Is that what your sculptures are sort of balancing male, female, feeling? So it's all of those things that can't be explained. But to someone like you who has been on the sea.
It's, we call it Hokule'a. It's our ancestors that way before. Like, they're always traveling with us. You gotta understand because a lot of things you do on a canoe, you can see, something, why this, why that, It's a magic, but to me it's like an angel, watching over. It's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's a good experience.
Good,
It really is. Everyone should try it. What a wonderful experience for people to come and take these different trips, different legs of the trip.
Oh yeah, Ego.
Do you have a star chart also? Stars?
We do. We do have star charts. Yeah. We do have some star charts.
Oh, Block
You want to see
Island.
them?
Did you go to Block Island? Oh,
We did.
okay.
We did go to Block Island.
That's a great place.
Nice place. It's a really great place. They're doing some really neat things over there. The environment. With Block Island?
Yeah.
They're doing some really wonderful things environmentally.
Really? I haven't been there in years. I used to always rent a house there.
Sorry.
They're
doing some really neat things just to take care of the environment.
It was amazing.
Oh, that's right, because it's a small island.
Yeah.
It's only 8 miles.
Yeah.
164 lakes.
Facebook posts. I'm surprised.
Yeah. There's all the lakes in the island. 364. I know. I think it's going to show us a star chart.
Got 2 star charts. Let's see.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, the concept we were listening to today, the concept of navigating with stars.
So this is one.
Wow, okay.
This is 1 star chart. So,
This is for the Pacific, right?
No, for the world.
Really? That's what it looks like?
For the world, yeah.
How would you read
It
it?
starts from all the way up here at 90 degrees where the where the North Star is, right?
How do you call the North Star?
And then Polaris or Hokule'a. And then down here where the South Celestial Pole is. And all the stars in between, right? So you start from the equator and you go outwards, right? So that's 1. And then this is another star chart. It's a National Geographic one, but this is like the northern hemisphere of the stars. With Polaris in the middle, and then all the equatorial stars there. And it's the southern skies. Nothing, no celestial, south celestial pole. All the stars around it, and then all the southern stars. So that's what we use. We study, get to know that real well.
That's a lot to know.
Yeah, and then this is another star chart. This is a Tahitian star chart. It's all the same thing, really, but it's
What do you call it?
Tahitian.
It's a Tahitian star chart, but it's taken off of a regular, regular star chart, and you put it together. Put a Tahitian name. Yeah.
But I understand you don't really use the star charts that much. It's better to look up and really. But you have to know that.
This is
memorize
only
in your
for
mind.
learning the stars, and identifying the stars. Yeah.
Okay. But when you're navigating, you're not like, well, let me go look at this map. Because you're more relying on. No, you don't have time to do that. Let me take the flashlight and look at that. No, you have to look up there, right?
That's right. That's right.
You got to know your stuff. I mean, really, what a great time for people to be able to do this.
Yeah,
Students.
Boston Harbor.
Boston Harbor.
Recognize it.
Oh yeah.
From your island, like from your island's here. Yeah. So this is the longitude. What is this? This is 70 degrees, 40 minutes west. That's the longitude. Let's say you're right here, and then or here, and then say 42 minutes north, 10 minutes, 42 degrees, 10 minutes north. So you're here. That's where your island is, and the place where you're going is right here. Well, all you need to do is know the distance and the direction. And the direction, whatever the direction is, it gives you a compass point. So then you use the stars, the sun and the moon and everything to maintain that direction. And then you keep track of your speed by just looking at the water and your speed over the water. Okay. And so you calculate how long it's going to take you there. So if the distance is like 100 miles, and you're traveling like 5 miles, then in a 12-hour period you've gone 60 miles. So you've got 40 miles to go. As long as you can maintain that direction, you're doing good. But if the wind is such where you end up sailing this way or that, then you've got to have to calculate for that.
The first Polynesian, when they populated those islands, they didn't know that they were islands. They were exploring. So
they're exploring.
They knew exactly where they were coming from, and then they were mapping as they were going.
Yes.
Then they were looking for signs of land.
Yes, that's correct. So there's more of exploratory voyages. And they just the key from New Zealand back to Tahiti area, and then he gave those certain sailing directions with the stars and the sun and the time of year and everything to whoever. And then right after that, just hundreds of canoes started sailing down there, just following those sailing directions.
But was he able to describe the stars and how they look like, or they are?
So one of the directions was to stay to the left of the setting sun.
Okay. Yes.
And then once as a navigator, once you see a setting sun and you know that the direction, you can hold that day and night, because the stars, there's certain stars that will rise in that direction.
I see.
I mean, I don't know. It's
Pacific's next there?
It's kind of Okay. Thank you very much. You bet. Take care.
The Caribbean.
We stopped in Cuba.
You stopped in Cuba.
I think the president.
Rudy Choi.
Oh, I found the bathroom.
Rudy Choi was a boat builder.
Yeah.
And he built it. And then we just all took it apart in 2010, and then we had like hundreds of volunteers. We all built it, put it back together.
I was reading you had to put it under a tent to get rid of some ants somewhere.
Oh yeah, that was, I think that was before we left home. Before we left home, sometime in like May, sometime in April, I think.
Oh, just before this trip.
Yeah, April of 2014.
You didn't see any animals anymore? Good.
So, the reason for that is because, you know, in Hawaii, and actually probably all around the world, you know, the introduction of like alien species of insects and plants and stuff has such a detrimental impact on the, you know, the environment, right? And so, and the ants being one of them. And now we got all kind of ants in Hawaii, fire ants and ants that we've never had before. So anyway, we didn't want to be the guys to spread that around.
So they would be eating the wood, so it would be dangerous.
They can,
termites.
they can, I mean, all different troubles they can bring. Plus, you take them someplace else.
Right.
That was the other thing, you know? Yeah. So that was our biggest concern, was taking the ants someplace else. Yeah.
All right.
We had some adverse weather, but not much. I mean, you know, we wait, right? So we have the a bit of a luxury. You know, we can wait a day or two.
Right.
Yeah. About Thursday. It's a short run. Then up to Portsmouth. Yeah, and then from Portsmouth up to Portland. And then from Portland, then we're gonna come over here to, let's see.
Going into Canada.
Over here.
Nova Scotia, and then from.
I think this one is Hurricane Island. Off of Vinyl Haven.
How many people in the crew?
Because I think we've seen
14.
14?
Yeah, and then we got like a support group of about 4.
What's been your long?
Familiarity with these waters? You just learn figuring it out as you go?
Well, you know, you just like this, and we just drove over to Salem.
Uh-huh.
We just came back from Salem, went to go talk to the guys and look at the pier we're coming into.
Right.
It really helps, you know.
Oh, I
to know what you're getting yourself into.
You're not just selling in blind.
Because some of the piers that they've, guys have set up for us have been real tight quarters.
Right.
And
my sister is
yeah, it's been quite a surprise. So it's maybe a while I've been outside. Come up to this and then come in. Be in here somewhere. Yeah, I did. Where is it? You know where it is?
Okay. Yeah. Try and pull it. Try and pull it, Jeff. Try and pull it. Try and pull it.
Take a picture. Take a picture.
You guys got them? You guys know where you guys are going? Ah. Good job.
Pull it up higher. Pull it down lower.
You guys may go up silver. You know what I mean? Got it? Get down. Get down right there.
I mean, if we gotta go outside, like we got a long run from Portsmouth to Portland. And if the weather, if it's really blowing, you know, a gale out there, we won't go out there. Right.
You okay? Yeah, then we have a spar.
Everybody. My name is Hokule'a. I'm from the big island of Hawaii, Kona, and I'm so excited to see my family here from Hawaii, from the Hokule'a, and I'm gonna sing you guys a song. I sang earlier over here, but not that many people got to listen, so this is for you guys. Sitting here on the sidewalk, talking my guitar again. It's my only friend. I wipe my face with my dirty hands. I close my eyes in the fear I hide. Yeah, it's my crazy life. Mercy on me, the soles of my feet are one. What is my destiny? I'm a distant traveler. No books can help me learn all the things that I've seen. Yeah, my student body could ever compare to the friends I made out there. If I could rewrite my life, erase all the mistakes that I made, I wouldn't change a thing, no, I wouldn't change a thing, no. Oh Lord, have mercy on me, the soles on my feet are warm. What is my destiny? I'm a distant traveler. On me, the soles of my feet are warm. What is my destiny? I'm a distant traveler. And do you know when the wind blows, we could fall, we could grow. It's the dust that is shaped like the bee in the flame. Will I stay lit or will I blow away? What is life without passion? Will I stay in the light and sacrifice my satisfaction? No. Oh Lord, have mercy on me. The soles on my feet are one. What is my destiny? I'm a distant traveler. The soles on my feet are warm. What is my destiny? I'm a distant traveler. A distant traveler. Said I'm driving through God's creation. A distant traveler. A distant traveler. I travel far, I travel wide. Ooh, whoa, I'm a distant traveler. I'm staring at the stars, looking at the moon, wishing that I could be there with you. It's okay and it's alright. Baby, listen to this lullaby. Good night, sleep tight, and dream away with me tonight. Yeah, we can sit on the phone, busting all night until the early morning. It's still not the same when you're far away. Hearing your voice, I got no choice. The only way for me to feel closer. Guess till then, just listen. 'Cause when I'm staring at the stars, looking at the moon, wishing that I could be there with you. It's okay and it's alright. Baby, listen to this lullaby. Good night, sleep tight, and dream away with me tonight. I said, dream away with me. Dream away. Ooh, yeah, yeah. And dream away with me tonight.
I don't know. Okay. All right, ready?
That's okay.
Okay, go.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
That's your map up here.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So usually it's like
Yeah, star compass, yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I mean, you have to watch the way that the whales.
Yeah, so that's my partner. He's one of the crew members who's studying navigation. He explains that you know where you study where the sun comes up and down.
Not
You know
inside
exactly
of
where it
the
is,
waves.
and then you use
What,
that
you go in?
to tell you
I mean, it was
what
sunny.
direction the waves are coming. So if you know where the sun is going and what direction it is, then you can use that to calculate which direction the waves are coming. And if the swells are constant, that's helpful because on a day like this or when it's at night, there's no
Yes,
stars
clouds,
to.
yeah.
So you need to use the constant movement of the swells to know what direction you're going. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, please take a look around.
The song you were singing yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you translate it? I can't remember now.
I didn't translate it,
You
no.
did not,
I
right?
didn't, no.
What was it about?
The main line it just says, here is Hawaii, an island, a person. So it's a way to introduce ourselves to a new place, a new people, and show that relationship that Hawaii the place and Hawaii the people are family and we are one. And so when we go to somewhere, we share that with our hosts as a way to introduce ourselves to a new
It's an
place.
ancient
Yeah, it's a traditional. Yep. Well, not necessarily. It wasn't originally used necessarily as a greeting, but because of what it says, we use it now as a greeting.